that I've been going off of is an old Christian text that is probably the only known text that holds a lot of quotes from ancient collectors of documents and stuff, or compilers. They'd compile old documents, and Senechuniatheon was mentioned in there, and other references as well. In the book, just so everybody knows, we're not like bouncing from place to place. We're actually following this book and going according to the references that are given in the book. So, just so everybody knows that. Would you like to say something, Karma?
Well, in regards to the book, I've just been more so focused on the podcast that you sent me. I'm not aware of the book. If you linked it, can you link it? I mean, I know this is what you're doing, but I'm saying me personally not familiar with having like engaged with the book at all. So if you link me in there in the chat too, so I can have it. But okay, so
Yeah,
this is my more thing.
I can have
I
it.
had questions for you. I know we're gonna go in a lot because now that I'm learning about them, some stuff brings me to. I just wanted to know how much you knew in regards, if you did. But so what I heard was that they were enemies of the Greeks, and it's wild to me because I was wondering, because a lot of their um like traditions kind of similar, are a little bit similar, and I was just wondering, is there any way that we can find that they definitely did, yet like besides the correlations we're discovering ourselves, is there anywhere that they actually notate saying, hey, yeah, we got this from Greek culture,
Well,
or
yeah,
do they?
Apollo. Apollo was a Phoenician god before he was a Greek god.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't. Uh,
Apollo was actually the freaking head of the pantheon in the Phoenician belief system. And he was just incorporated into the Greek mythology, which later he was also incorporated into the Romans. But yeah, Apollo is the best example.
and I just started reading the Iliad. I'm sure you're familiar with it,
Yeah.
and that is it. Okay, so I had two questions, because does it not parallel with almost with what you're writing as well as what we're speaking of in regards to, right?
Um,
Because some of
hmm.
their names, like they have a Phibios, and I think about Philobiblius. Like it's just, I don't know, are they not like similar, or are they not related? Because Philobiblius, we talk about from Phoenicia,
Yeah.
but well, the Phoenician history, but there's a Phibois in the Iliad, and that's why I was just wondering, are they like?
Now, on the Iliads, is Philo with the Phoenicians or is he with the Greeks?
Okay, so let me just go back because I just started it. I think I saw Elon Musk tweet that it was a good book, and we've been doing a lot of history. So I figured, like, well, okay, why not? And I know I read it. Well, had to read a bit of it in school. We didn't read the whole thing. Now that I see it, but I had to read a bit of it. Ah, no, bogus. Okay, I'm still listening, but yeah, I'll go back and look, and then I'll ask you
It's
either.
fine. It's fine. We can go back over it and everything, and cover it
Next
because
Tuesday, right?
that's a good topic and stuff to cover because
Okay.
Philo of Byblos. I mean, he's important. He was
And just
Porphyro or Porphyri of Tyre was another character when it came to Byblos, and um, there were other people besides Senechuniathon, which were back during that time. Like I was telling you about Plotinus, and they were the students of Plotinus
hmm
in Neoplatonism. So
yeah, and they thought that about how they thought it came from Plato and stuff like that. Yeah, we were discussing that a bit, but I just sometimes it just seems like, and we say this before, but like that everything kind of correlates, but
yeah,
but they don't really call the correlation. Like, you know what I mean? They don't say
yeah,
like this is this, and we relate to them on this. It's always more of what even though they're a likeliness or a similarity, it seems to still kind of drive the cultures apart. And so that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of baffling to me.
Well,
It doesn't
the
really.
information, a lot of the information is screwed up. Like last week, remember when we were talking about, what was it, Semiramis?
Yeah,
And
yeah, and I
she was
still have
supposed to
her
be the
book
queen
up.
of Assyria. Well, they tried
Hmm.
to, in this book, which was written like almost 2,000 years ago, okay, just so you know, it tries to correlate her as being the one who freaking founded Nineveh when today, in today's time, we know that that's not true. It wasn't her. Okay?
Yeah.
So a lot of their information back then was pretty screwed up, and they got their information wrong. Like the book I'm going off of was written by a Christian who was arguing against pagans. You know what I mean? And
Excuse me.
not only
But everything that's represented in it, not everything, but a lot of it has to do with paganism. So
right, and
it's kind of interesting.
that's one of the reasons why like this text itself is very important, because a lot of this information is gone. Like there's no record whatsoever of it whatsoever. The only thing that's left is not even the fragments of this book. This book is gone too. The original one is like only copies of it were retained. So even this book itself is like gone. You know what I mean? It's just lost in time.
So that's why I have no way of being able to locate it. This is the Book of Gates.
No, this is I forgot the name of it. I have it up.
You don't have to. We can. You can, because I mean, I can just hit you in the chat. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even if you know it right now, and then you want to go back in here and tell people, you can.
It's basically what I used as a Phoenician, a reference for Phoenician theology and paganism and stuff.
I want to see what I was. That girl, Santa. I had her pulled
Now,
up, and I had a question about Santa Trinisium. Go ahead, because I'm looking for shouts and message. We're getting closer.
now,
Shouts here.
what I wanted to get into more, and
Yeah, data.
it was the Vagasa in India. They mentioned that after we got through Ninus, and when they mentioned Gideon. Now, Gideon is the story out of the Bible. I don't know if you have ever
Yeah,
heard,
I've heard of it. I've heard of it.
but they said that has no proof. It's just people say that he was a contemporary of Gideon, which there's no proof to back that up. Then they compare him to Vagasa, and Vagasa.
How do you spell Bagasa?
Now, that's what I was getting ready to say. I think what they're talking about is the Vita Vyasa, okay, and the Vita Vyasa, or Vita Vyasa, was the sage who compiled the Vedas. I don't know if you ever heard of the Vedas before.
Vetus Bagasa. How do you spell it? No, Vetus Vetus.
No,
Or
Veda, and it's Vyasa, Vyasa.
oh, I see it here now. That's a writer. Okay, hold
Yeah,
on.
he was
So,
the sage who compiled the Vedas, and now the Vedas is some of the oldest written texts.
the son of the sage. Yeah, I see. And the grandson of the sage. Okay. I'm listening now.
What I have here, it says, consisting of a diverse family of philosophical teachings and customs, Hinduism is the oldest existing religion in the world, practiced today by billions of people and on every continent. Believed by adherents to have known beginnings or end, and therefore referred to as Sanatana Dharma, the eternal way. There is no single founder, prophet, or authority of Hinduism. Having said that, one cannot fully appreciate the Hindu religion without recognizing the significance of the sage Veda Vyasa, who is widely revered as credited for compiling much of Hinduism's most prominent and influential spiritual texts, including the Vedas, the 18 Puranas, and the world's largest epic poem, the Mahabharata. I keep saying that wrong when I read it. The Mahabharata. The Vedas, translated as knowledge in Sanskrit, are a collection of hymns presenting key Hindu teachings regarding the divine, deemed eternal truths. The Vedas were passed down via the oral tradition for thousands of years before Veda Vyasa is believed to have compiled them in written form.